The flame-grilled Whopper from Burger King. The most food-filling burger.
Is it, though?
Is that?
Yes. A slightly better version of you.
I don't understand.
Just like the new Whopper that's juicier and tastier than ever before. Same, but hits different. That's my line now.
Oh, sorry.
Whopper never tasted so good. Order now on the Burger King app.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Save big with 6 chili cheese bites for just £1.99. Crispy on the outside, smooth and spicy on the inside. Exclusively on the app.
Let's go!
Good evening, this is Paul Cooney with the legends Barry Ferguson and Charlie Mulgrew. Barry, it's like back to the old days, isn't it? Rangers and Celtic winning at the weekend and the table toppers, Hearts, dropping points.
Yeah, it was in terms of Rangers, it was a good weekend. It's always a difficult place to go, Dens Park, but I thought Rangers, they won it at a canter, if I'm being honest with you. 2 early goals after 14 minutes, and then they were on easy street, and then obviously they get the third goal just before the full-time whistle. So a good day at the office for Rangers, and similar with Celtic, a comfortable 4-0 win against Kilmarnock, and obviously Hearts dropping 2 points. So I thought Hearts would have beat Dundee United. A lot has been made about Hearts this season, and rightly so, because they've been really strong, but that's over the last 3 games. They've dropped points away to St Mirren and obviously at home against Dundee United. So the league title's back on.
0808 17 17 700 questions for Barry and for Charlie. A lot of Celtic fans are saying
Charlie's looking well, eh?
Yeah, he is. We'll come to him in a minute or two. Celtic fans are asking, how could they have lost to Dundee a few weeks ago, because they are so poor at the moment?
Yeah, I was thinking that watching the game yesterday. Look, Rangers were certainly good in the first half, but I was really disappointed in Dundee. They never laid a glove on Rangers at all. I thought they were going to have a go at them and be more physical, but Rangers played some really good stuff, Paul, in the first half, and when you go 2 goals up that early in the game, they kind of seen it out in the first half. Look, it hit a bit of a lull in the second half. Rangers maybe a bit tired from obviously Thursday night against Roma, but overall disappointed with Dundee. But I thought Rangers were really good, certainly in the first half.
The other games at the weekend, Motherwell drawing 1-1 at Pittodrie, decent result for them. Falkirk won up against Livy, and then Livy scoring right at the end, so it was 1-1. St Mirren against Hibs. Some fans are not happy with the VAR. We'll talk about the VAR rulings that went against them. 3-0 for Hibs, sorry. They're now in third spot, just ahead of Rangers, same number of points. So what do you reckon? Can Celtic catch Hearts? That's my question to you, Barry. A few people are on asking. I'm going to ask you about Rangers. Do you think Celtic will catch them?
Yeah, well, listen, if they win their game in hand, Paul, what's that? They go 4 points behind Hearts, and similar, if Rangers win their game in hand, they go 9 points. Look, people were going on about Hearts a couple of weeks ago. It's far too early. We're just hitting mid-December. There's still a lot of football to be played. So, yep, I think both Celtic and Rangers could catch Hearts. Look, Derek will think different, I'm sure. He'll be disappointed. I liked his interview. He was very honest after it. He says they didn't deserve to win the game. He'll be disappointed now. International break. I'm sure they'll come back and try and win more games of football. But certainly, the league title's still there.
Celtic to catch them and to win the title, do you think? Or do you think your old team could still do it?
Well, listen, that's 3 wins on a trot in the league for Danny Röhl. He certainly made a difference, Paul. You can see the way the players are going about their business. They look a lot more confident. Guys like Mikey Moore looks like a different player.
First goal.
First goal. I thought he was really good in the game yesterday. So yep, he's certainly made a difference since he's come into the club.
Let's hear from we will hear from Mikey Moore. We'll also hear from Luke McCowan at Celtic, but let's first hear from Danny Röhl. Happy with the result?
I'm happy. I think now 3 wins in a row in the league, 2 clean sheets away. I think it's fantastic to score 3 goals. It's good, but of course by the second half you can speak about improvements. This is good that we have still space for improvements, but to take 9 points now from the last 3 games, it's massive.
Yeah, Mikey Moore in his first Rangers goal.
Yeah, I was buzzing to finally
get on the score sheet, and a bit relieved in a way because it's been a while since I last scored. So yeah, I was over the moon.
What a couple of weeks for Martin O'Neill. 2 weeks ago he was in TalkSport, and since then he's been in the Celtic dugout, winning yesterday 4-0. What about his future?
No, I don't. Genuinely don't know. But if they make an announcement in the let's say in the next week or something, it's about a new manager, yeah, I will take this. I'll take this fortnight, and I was nearly going to say rather morbidly to my grave, but hang about. Well, you never know. But it's been fantastic.
Charlie, a big win for Celtic yesterday, and they needed it after the European result.
They did. The European result was always going to be a hard game, actually, under a good team. Just shows how well Hibs done earlier in the season against them, when you see how good they are. But I thought Celtic were brilliant. 4-0 victory, comfortable. Kilmarnock had one or two chances, but no, it was definitely a great way to bounce back.
I was asking Barry a moment ago, as you know, it's your turn now. Are Celtic going to catch the league leaders' hearts?
I've told you for weeks, that's what's coming.
Are Rangers going to catch them? Rangers
will catch them, Celtic will catch them. That's 4 points in a week they've dropped. Is that right? Yeah. Well, you take the St Mirren game in.
Yeah. And of course VAR, that was a mistake, which was admitted on Friday. But look, that can happen to
it can happen,
anybody.
But that's 4 points they've dropped recently, the last 3 league games. So I think it's just a matter of time. Well, I hope it is, because the Hearts fans are coming for me on Twitter. So.
They're still coming for you.
Well, it's went a bit quiet. There's the same guy keeps sending the odd thing in. A wee meme thing says Charlie says, and it's got a voice recording of me saying that Hearts should enjoy it while it lasts.
Do you think it's Derek McInnes that's doing it?
Might be. They've actually they're calling out for Ewan Cameron to maybe have a word with us. He's a Hearts fan, man.
All right, okay.
So he's been mentioned. So it's good banter, but I'm waiting for that moment I can get my picture up on Twitter, sitting back with a cigar, where maybe drinking a Hearts mug or something.
What about the injuries at Celtic? Here's Alistair Johnston being spoken about by the manager, because we know there's going to be surgery for him and also for young Callum Osmand.
They had to wait a little while for his hamstring just to get a clear picture of is it X-rays or the scans, and that's shown a tear as well too. So it's really sad, because I mean everybody says he's a really, really good player.
That's such a pity, Charlie.
He's a massive player, Johnston, massive. Osmand obviously done his hamstring as well, so it's disappointing when after him scoring in the cup final. It's amazing how football can change, in it. You go for scoring your cup fight, the cup semi, and sort of a dream sort of game, and then you go on and do that to your hamstrings. How quickly football can change. And but Johnson's a massive miss for Celtic. You can see Ralston goes in, Pusey goes in as well, does a job. They just can't quite get the right fit there. Nobody's going to replace Johnston. He's a huge player, even though he's a right back. He's a massive part of the Celtic squad. He's a leader and a top player, so that's disappointing news.
And Sarachi as well, off injured yesterday.
He's done his hamstring. I don't know what this game's about, really, honestly. You know, and he's going to be out again. And the other two lads, as you know, Johnston and Osmand are getting surgery on Tuesday. So they're going to be out for a long time.
Barry, it's always it's sad to see that, and the injury list is mounting for Celtic.
Yeah, it's interesting. 3 hamstrings as well. Charlie, I'll tell you, they're horrible injuries. I had a hamstring issue, and I couldn't get rid of it for about a year. And when you're going and getting an operation, what you said about Alistair Johnston, that's an area where you don't want to really get an operation. But I agree with what Charlie said. Alistair Johnston, he's a huge miss. I know they've got backup at the right back position, but they're such a weaker team without Alistair Johnston.
Sure are. Let's go on the lines. 0808 17 17 700. Craig's on, a Rangers fan in Livingston. Hi, Craig.
All right, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, Craig, what's in your mind tonight?
So what it is, I want to keep the point more general rather than towards my own team. But I think the same way as there is a system for players that if they get a red card, that if managers get sent off or things like that, there's repercussions. I think there needs to be a form of repercussion towards decision-making from referees and VAR. Because when I'm saying this in a general point, I know that every football fan in Scotland will feel the same. They'll feel like they've done the KMI panel at the end of the month. They've said, yeah, that was a mistake. We're really sorry. We'll do better. But then they repeat the same mistake again. And it's at the point where it's maybe costing teams higher at the table getting further up in the league. It's maybe helping some teams more towards relegation. And it might even be stopping some teams from winning trophies. I think there needs to be something stricter there so that they know they need to be spot on.
Barry, what would you say?
Yeah, some of the decisions already this season have been baffling. We've spoken about it many times on the show. And if you're a footballer, you're playing, you get punished if you do something wrong. If a referee gets a decision wrong, they don't seem to get punished. So, yeah, I see Craig's point. But again, there's some decisions. I mean, I'm looking at that St Mirren and Hibs.
Yeah.
You were actually doing Premier.
Yeah.
I was watching it. The ball's actually in front of the St Mirren player's foot.
Did you see what actually happened there? So they drew the lines, and then they drew a new set of lines for us to speak about after the game. So Mikey Stewart had said in commentary that they took the line off Hanley's boot.
Yellow boot.
And then when this new set of lines came on after the game, they took the line from the ball. So I don't know if they'd heard Mikey in commentary and then changed the lines and realised the ball was ahead of Hanley's boot, so it was actually having to take it off the ball, because if you're in line with the ball, you're obviously onside. Yeah. So that's a bit frightening that when they went to VAR, they actually didn't go from the ball, if that's the case. Plus the fact the technology in Scotland, there's not enough cameras. So you can't tell for a fact.
Do you know what I was going to say? See if there's not enough cameras, don't have it, because it's clearly not working. But in terms of referees' decisions, what Craig's saying, some of the decisions, I've been at some of the games this year. I can think back to like the Rangers Hearts. I know Hearts deserve to win on the day, but you look at the decisions that was given with Shanklin with the handball in the middle of the pitch. Rangers Hearts go through and score a goal. I can go on. There's a number of decisions what I've seen with my own eyes this year that just baffle me why they've been given.
Because it used to be clear and obvious errors. That's what they said. But they've changed it now, haven't they?
See, somebody even said the line looks a bit, the lines they draw, it looks a bit squint. And then you're going, oh my God, you're assuming that the lines you're seeing are definitely straight. And if you start talking about them not being quite straight, you're like, where are we going with this? If you've got VAR with so little cameras, maybe it goes back to the room and he looks at it once and he gives his decision having looked at it again. Because you can't be absolute definite. This St Mirren player, I think it was Bacchus that was making connection at that exact time with the ball, and the frame it needs to be bang on when he's connecting with that ball. And when there's not enough cameras, then it's hard to make the decision.
Craig, did you see that at the weekend?
What decision was that again, sorry?
St Mirren disallowed goal against Hibs.
Well, don't worry if you didn't see it, but it was.
What decision, Craig? What decision are you not happy with? What one is it you're thinking of when you're talking about this?
More than one, I think.
Well, this is why I said I don't want it to be about my team, because I'm the type of football fan, in all honesty, that I only really sit down and watch a game when I'm watching my own team. So a lot of the incidents I will have will be Rangers based.
Well, that's natural because it's your team, so that's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the ones mainly that I think it's a rule issue. I think they've made the rules too complex and there's too much interpretation being made of rules. I think they should make things a lot simpler. I think the offside rule, we should go the Arsene Wenger route, where it's like, I think it's a full foot. You need to be a full foot ahead or something like that. That'd make things a lot simpler.
Was it daylight? Arsene Wenger's idea, was it no daylight?
I think you've got to give the forwards the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a toenail,
I know,
and they're giving it offside,
like
come on.
Goal prevention. I thought we were entertainment business.
By the way, you took the words out of my mouth. Football is an entertainment business.
It's not anymore.
If you see a full boot, though, now you're going to start drawing lines and dictating who's. You see a wee bit of a heel getting
chase them. Chase the VAR thing. If it's not definitive, chase it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's minuscule, but I know a lot of ex-pros say, but you're either offside or you're not, and that weakens my argument. But I'm with you, Craig, and what Barry said. Let it go. I mean, we saw stuff at
we want entertainment.
Exactly.
We want entertainment. And if people say that's maybe unfair, but the same situation, it's going to be the exact same for your attacking players. They're going to get that slight little advantage. So it's going to work both ways.
I watched 2 games yesterday.
Right.
I watched Dundee Rangers and I watched Man City Liverpool. and the goals that were disallowed. Did you watch them?
The Liverpool equaliser. Yeah.
Van Dijk.
Yep. What's the problem?
It's a goal for me.
It's a great goal, wasn't it?
It's a goal for me.
Yeah.
Andy Robertson is doing nothing. The goalkeeper has a clear sight of Van Dijk head on the ball. All he does is duck. It's too good a header. That's the reason why it hits the back of the net, because the goalkeeper can't get to it. And then I watched the Dundee, and I know the rules are in place, and it says if they're in the vicinity of the goalkeeper, but I look at that, the goalkeeper actually steps to the side to see Danilo hit the shot, so he actually sees a clear path where the ball is, and Diomande only opens his legs, doesn't touch it, doesn't affect it. So that's another debate.
Of course, yeah. That was Mikey Moore's then, wasn't it?
Yep, then it goes to Mikey Moore at the side, and he obviously
boom, good angle. Yeah,
but the goalkeeper makes a really good save off Danilo.
Let's check someone else. Big football fan and a presenter at Lomond Radio is with us, Paul. Paul, welcome. What do you think on VAR? Would you keep it or would you get rid of it?
Jordan, you mean?
Yeah, sorry, Jordan. I beg your
No,
pardon.
sorry.
Paul is here as well. We'll come to Paul in a moment or two. Jordan.
No, to be honest, I'd get rid of it. I think it's just, as we're talking about there, it's just a bit of a nightmare. There's no kind of, it's no black or white, it's all ifs and buts, and the fact that it's been in for however many years now and it's still getting spoke about, it's still no right. I don't know where you go for it. I'd just get rid of it, and I know when you get rid of it there's maybe going to be decisions that don't go your way, but it's still the same way as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Paul, what would you do? There is a Paul here as well.
Aye, how you do? I would also get rid of it. Right. I believe we've only got VAR because we share a border with the English Premiership.
Think so?
Aye, the pressure came there that we had to get it in. If we didn't share that border, we wouldn't have VAR.
European football, though, we would be behind. You know, if we weren't using VAR, you'd be playing in the and not used to it.
Yeah, but are we any further closer to them? So we don't have the equipment, don't have logistics, anything like that. Call it a day.
All right, Charlie, you're going to say there?
I was going to say, what do you think we'd be sat though arguing about if there was no VAR?
What do you think of the two goals yesterday that I'm speaking about?
The Van Dijk one.
The Van Dijk one, and
I think the Van Dijk one
Mikey
should
Moore
stand.
one.
The Mikey Moore one, he's in his way a bit, but your point's right. He takes a step to see the ball, but does he take a step the wrong way? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know the rule. What is it if he's in the line of sight the goalkeeper? I don't know. I heard Shearer saying the other night on commentary the handball rule should change it to deliberate handball and just keep it simple. So the ref thinks it's deliberate as a penalty, and if it's not, just play it.
And that's what it used to be, wasn't it? Deliberate handball.
That's plain and simple.
Nice and simple.
It's so confusing now.
But what we'd then be sitting about arguing is the ref's opinion on. Aye.
Who did he support and all that kind of stuff? You get the usual stuff. Craig, thanks for that call. 0808 17 17 700. Let's go to Liverpool. Michael's on the line. Hi, Michael.
Hi, good evening, guys.
All right, Michael.
First of all, Man City.
Yeah.
That was never a penalty, right? There you go.
There you are.
Van Dijk's goal should have stood.
Yep.
But anyway, let's get on to Celtic here.
No, I think you've said it. That's it. Cheers, Michael. Next up. No, you're right. It changed that game, didn't it? Liverpool just deflated after that.
Michael, did you watch the Rangers Dundee game?
No.
No, I was going to ask you.
As soon as Rangers went 2-0 up, I turned it over. I thought that's it, game over.
No, I do like your opinion, Michael. I was going to ask you on the Mikey Moore one. So obviously you never seen it.
Yeah.
I never seen it. But
so what do you want to say about Celtic, Michael?
Basically, I just think the Celtic squad is really, really threadbare, as we all know, right? But I think this is all down to the board. I still want the board removed, right? Because they will never change, right? I know these will probably say, they're not going to go anywhere. But if they don't go anywhere, guys, right, I think it'll still be the same transfer window. And I mean, what manager would want to come in?
All right, so I was going to say, what's new, Michael, in your view? So what you're saying is they're not going to attract the right kind of manager under the current regime. That's what you feel?
No.
Yeah.
And I think what they should have done, really, Paul, is, I mean, we've got like a threadbare. I think they must be doing it too hard in training, right? Because all these hamstring injuries, and for me, it's getting a bit worrying now. And you say, the right hand side, we do miss Johnston. And to be honest with you, Paul, we need another Andrew Johnston type player.
And Alistair Johnston. No, I know what you mean, because the right hand side is.
And it's all frustrating, buddy, because I just think you should strengthen, have two or three guys in every position all over the park.
Right, let's get Charlie Mulgrew's view on that. What, first of all, about the board, Charlie, is that going to hinder somebody coming to Celtic?
Again, I know you said we're going to say it, Michael, but who's going to leave for the board? I don't know who's going to leave. So what I look back at is there's been times when the board should have moved quicker and get deals done, and I know that, and I know sometimes transfer windows they negotiate too long, miss out on signings, whatever. But when I look at Ange Postecoglou's signings, he used to make them 6 months in advance, and there's still players in that team that are playing in that team that are worth a lot of money because he brought them in well in advance. He had Juranovic there playing and brought in Alistair Johnston. Everybody was like, what's happening here? Yeah. And then Alistair Johnston moves for money. Juranovic moves for money, and Alistair Johnston steps in.
True.
So who was making the signings then? Who was doing it then? It seemed to be quite a good model then.
Yeah.
Charlie, do you know why it was brilliant back then when Ange was in, Carl?
Why?
It was because Peter Lawwell was not on the board. He was with the SFA.
I didn't even know that.
No, he wasn't, Michael. So that's too easy to say.
It looked to me, Celtic, when Postecoglou was there, it looked to me if he was in charge, he decided.
And you like that? You managed Rangers.
I think that's the way. It's the manager. At the end of the day, he's the one who picks the team. He's the one who decides on who's going to be playing, whether it's a Wednesday, a Saturday, or a Sunday. I think the manager has got to have the last call on whoever comes into the club.
Charlie, the communications have not been good at Celtic. They haven't been. They've got 80 million in the bank. That could be a good thing. I mean, look at Rangers boss. He was at Sheffield Wednesday, as we all know, and they had nothing in the bank. And they hit the skids recently, the team. So you want to have a club that's well run. Celtic has been well run. The communication is wrong. They've been slow with some of the signings.
There's a couple of things that can be better, and I think the board would admit to that. They should admit there's a couple of things that could be better. We don't know the ins and outs and who's making signings and exactly what that process is. But I think if you'd asked the Rangers fans about the mess of their board in the last however amount of years, would they take the Celtic board and the Celtic model over the last 20 years? I think there's no doubt about it. Can there be things that be better? Was that last transfer window good enough? No. Whose fault was it? I suppose that the board have got to take some of the blame as well as Brendan Rodgers. Whatever two egos coming together just couldn't get it resolved in terms of signings made too late. But overall, for me, the business model's very good and has been doing well with bringing players in, albeit there's been players that haven't moved for big money, but there's been a lot of players brought in the last 20 years and moved on.
And what about the balance of the team, Charlie? What do you feel? Michael makes a good point. There's a lot left side.
Listen, I think it's been a bad window. There's no doubt about it. It's been a bad window now. You can tell things weren't right in there. For Dermot Desmond's statement of what Brendan Rodgers and everything that was going on in there, it wasn't all singing for the same hymn sheet. So that's clear as day. Board will take a bit of responsibility of that. I suppose the manager has as well. Recruitment, Tidsdale, everybody has got to take responsibility in what happened in that window. It was the reason why the Champions League probably didn't go the way it should have to get in the Champions League. Although if Martin O'Neill was a manager, would we be in the Champions League now? Probably. The way he's got the players playing. So
and you've Dyson Maeda, who was brilliant last season, but if he'd scored in the 86th minute in the Champions League,
look at Engels last night. Look at the players. Look at Kenny. Where was Kenny when we needed a striker to come on?
He's just been called up for Ireland along with Jimmy McGrath.
I see a completely different bunch of players that are getting shots on goal, creating chances, scoring 4 goals, and being the team that we know Celtic have been in the past years.
And you think that's the Martin O'Neill effect?
Well, of course it is, Paul. You look at what it was like under Brendan Rodgers before that. I'm taking nothing away from Brendan Rodgers. He's a world class. He's a great manager. He's top notch. He's proved that at Celtic. What he's won speaks for itself. The last 4 months or 3 months, for whatever reason, whether he wanted to go, whether he wasn't happy with signings, whether the board didn't name, obviously clearly the relationship wasn't there. It moved onto the pitch, it affected the pitch, so the players ended up playing within themselves, within a shell, and when Martin O'Neill comes in, he frees that up, and now we see it. Doesn't make Brendan Rodgers a bad manager. It was a sticky spell for whatever reason.
Barry, I see Liverpool are complaining about that result last night. The fact that the goal was chalked off, so it's just come up.
Yeah, I think they can complain about the goal that was chopped off, but I don't think they can complain about the result. They get absolutely battered.
No, I meant that decision. On the decision, that's what they're
But
complaining
listen,
about.
see, similar to what you're talking about Celtic, look what Danny Röhl's done domestically, 3 wins in a row. He's made a difference. There's players that I thought, I think they could struggle here. The prime example's Mikey Moore.
I wrote him off on here 3 weeks ago. I said he's like a wee boy, but now he looks like a man.
Yeah, give him a free rein. I know he starts on the right hand side, but he's free to come inside. He looks a total different player.
0808 17 17 700.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Enjoy the £5.99 regular Whopper meal. Juicier than ever and bursting with flavour. With fries and a drink. Only on the app. Let's go!
Monday evening edition of the Go Radio Football Show with our friends at Burger King.
Why was Charlie coming in?
Well, Charlie, I don't know. I haven't said that. Charles, what happened this afternoon?
Bad traffic. 0.7 mile I was for here, and it took me 20 minutes.
Wow. Yeah.
Just down to one lane. Nothing was moving.
I don't think that's a good enough excuse, but we're giving it. Here's Charlie. Put me right off. I've just called Jordan Paul, but I can't blame anyone but myself.
That's
exactly that as well. Thank you.
Jordan witnessed a managerial masterclass for me, didn't you?
Aye, yeah. Did he? Yeah.
Sure did. Well,
talk them through it. How good was it?
That was I worked for Dumbarton Football Club. The last time I seen Charlie, we beat them 6-0 at Celtic Hearts, and then the last time I seen Barry, he got let go at Alloa at Dumbarton Stadium. So kind of.
I lost the rag there.
I did. I didn't know what to say about that, but it was a bit mental that day for you, wasn't it?
Aye, it was.
But yeah, shame.
All right, Jordan, you're barred. That's it.
That's all right. Listen, it's an emotional game, isn't
it? Love that, the passion in it. Aye, Jordan is with us.
Passion.
So Jordan, Dumbarton new owners there. Good win for you at the weekend.
Brilliant win. I think it was badly needed. You talk about VAR. There was a moment Scott Tomlinson's through on goal, and he was onside, and it's obviously flagged off for offside, and things like that, and everybody just gets on with it. So I think you could probably do that at top flight. But
where was that?
Dumbarton Stadium, Fian Annan on Saturday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I played Annan, but no, as you say, new owners, everything's flying, so doing really, really well this year and so far. And obviously the -5 points isn't great, but everybody knew that at the start of the season. You've just got to keep going and try and get.
What are you thinking? Playoffs?
Got to be. Got to go going for the playoffs. It's a tight league. Like we were sitting second bottom just before Saturday. Now you're up to 5th place, so the league is quite tight.
How's the pitch like?
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous.
Is it?
Aye, tremendous, aye.
Brilliant. Right, we'll come back to you shortly.
You're mates with the groundsman, aren't you?
Here's Terry, a Celtic fan on the line. Hi, Terry.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we're well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Plodding away, mate. A wee bit better after Sunday's result.
Yeah.
Just I took a points to the parlourhood. Obviously, Charlie talked about Brendan Rodgers being a cracking manager for Celtic. I kind of default that, but in the last sort of 6 to 8 months for the Bayern Munich game, the football we've been watching at Park, he's been dross. Do you know what I mean? And there's obviously been a fallout between the board and him at some level. Obviously, we'll probably never find out about that. But I genuinely believe they're only going to back him unless he signs a new contract. And if he's always refused to sign a new contract, why are they going to give him money to spend? He's not going to be there next year to see the fruits of that. You know what I mean? And
if he got a new contract, Terry, we don't know. Well, they opened discussions, but I don't think a contract was offered.
Well, obviously, according to Dermot's statement, there was something on the table, and he said that Rodgers said that. It's obviously hearsay in it. But just obviously asking the boys, obviously Charlie be a ex-Celtic player. Who do you think is going to be the new Celtic manager? If it was me, I'd be putting all my eggs in the man basket and be going for the Club Brugge manager. I think what he's doing there is wonders, and
there's some side. They are very good. So has he been linked? Has he?
He was a while ago.
See the way they played. Tell you something, but see, Bruges, Club Brugge, their model, it's unbelievable. The players, I mean, when Rangers played them, if you go through their squad, 2/3 of the squad never heard it. But I tell you,
young Belgian boys,
brilliant.
I would love to know what
they get them for everywhere. It's just their model's unbelievable. If you want to build a club, if you want to build your club in a certain way, that's a club you have to look at.
Did you watch them against Barca?
Excellent.
They should have won.
And their budget's pretty decent, but they go and they'll buy players for 2 and 3 million euros, and then within 12 to 18 months punt them on for 25, 30 million.
I would go manager wise. I would go. I'd love to see. I know he's ruled his sellout. Well, kinda. Craig Bellamy.
Why would you like Craig?
I love the way he speaks. I just feel he's brilliant in the way he talks about the game. I've seen seen his Welsh team play, and they play with a lot of bravery and a lot of energy, and I think that comes from him.
Could he do both for a wee while then? He's a young man, I know. No, could he not? No. It's a huge job at Celtic, though. I mean, compared
you
to
couldn't do jobs if you're a Celtic manager, no chance. No.
Barry,
last week Charlie was saying Klopp.
Yeah, that's what he was.
I want Klopp in the door.
Terry,
I'd love Klopp in the door, but it's unrealistic, isn't it?
Yeah. Terry.
I just what Charlie was saying about Craig Bellamy. Man, Craig Bellamy, his time at Celtic was brilliant, but I don't think he's done enough.
Who would you want? Who would you want in? Who would you go for? The Bruce? Who else?
Me and my mates were talking about it on Saturday. I think Kieran McKenna's done a cracking job.
He's meant to be very good as well.
Don't rule that one out, apparently.
On the coaching, but you hear a lot of the media going for this boy Knutson, and I think what he's done with Bodø got brilliant, but he's not really done it outside the Scandinavians. You know what I mean? So it's one of the ones. Do you go for that or what? Do you know what I mean? It's obviously a risky thing. You know what I mean?
Terry, would you not keep Martin O'Neill?
Nah, you know what? I think what the board done was a master stroke with bringing Martin O'Neill back. He got the fans back on side, obviously all the stuff going on with the board and that. So it's a master stroke. But I think if Martin O'Neill was 10 years younger, it'd be a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind Martin Maloney staying on, but we could bring Martin in with him.
Yeah, Charlie, Martin O'Neill. It was a master stroke, wasn't it? Bringing in.
It's brilliant. It was definitely at the time. I'm thinking, how's it going to work with having Maloney and not sure because he's not been in management for a while, but he's done brilliant. He still knows how to manage people and make them feel confident, and you can see that on the pitch with the energy and the confidence that he's bringing to the players.
Have you spoken to
I
Sean?
just don't know I messaged him when he went in. I just wished him all the best. But
what did he say? Lose my number.
Who's this?
Did he get back to you?
Aye, did I?
No, he didn't. Didn't he? No.
A wee told gesture, thumbs up. Aye, mate, cheers. No, I did get back to me. Just wished him all the best. He said thanks. So, no, but Martin O'Neill's energy is brilliant, and Sean Maloney beside him because he's kind of a lot of the tactic stuff, I'd imagine. Following him as well. I just wish he would start doing the press conferences following him. I want to hear his chat. He should be sent out, shouldn't he? He should be made to face the media.
He went to a match with Martin O'Neill the other night, didn't he? Martin said he never shut up for 90 minutes. He went to St Mirren.
I know, I was there.
Did you see them?
I didn't see them, no.
Yeah, well, that's what he said afterwards. Martin O'Neill, he didn't wave to the fans at the end.
I did hear something. I did hear him shouting tempo and intensity. I was wondering who that was.
Did you hear this the other night? We were playing with people on who were imitating him. Remember that?
Doing impressions of him,
including Greg.
We should make a full section in the show.
Yeah.
Was it you did it?
No, it was somebody they know.
Yeah, but I seen the day he's been linked with Norwich City.
Exactly.
Has he?
Martin O'Neill.
Russell Martin.
Has he? Yeah.
Oh, he might get Russell Martin's record appearance holder or something.
Following and Gary O'Neill.
Bringing it back to Martin O'Neill. He was asked why didn't he wave to the fans at the end of the game yesterday.
I think, on reflection, my years here, the game has changed a lot, and now the players spend about an hour after the match is over going around the ground regardless. I don't remember doing that at home. I'd always applaud the away fans when we've travelled away, but at home I always used to think I was in the dressing room before the players came in, but I might be wrong, but I can't remember that far.
Have you got a view on that?
Aye, that is a new thing.
Aye.
Every single game.
Is that a good thing?
Big game. It's fine, aye, it's alright. I mean, I suppose it's...
Barry, any view?
When I was in charge last year, the players done it. I didn't do it. I just stood at the touchline and let the players go.
I've got a theory on who started it.
Who?
The Ronnie Rowe.
Ronnie Dyler. Yeah.
Remember the big Ronnie Rowe?
Terry.
Right.
So what do you think then? Who do you reckon is going to be the manager? I mean, Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, clearly the club want him in there. Is it one of the coaches?
Is that right?
Well, it sounds like it. He's stepped up, hasn't he?
He's done well. Role, didn't he?
I think you could probably fling a dart at that, but all the boys will be like me on it. I mean, I don't know who it's going to be. Just hopefully we get somebody with a good back calibre and brings back the good days of keeping football. But
would you take Klopp?
In a heartbeat.
How good would that be?
That would be good. I don't keep interested. I think he could handle the ball, to be honest.
Terry, you going to catch Hearts?
Aye. I'm not saying that out of disrespect to Hearts. They've got a really, really good squad. They've got a right good manager there. But obviously, We're 7 points behind them now with a game in hand. The win our game in hand brings it back to 4. We've got to play them at Simford as at Parkhead. That brings it back down to could be 1 point if we keep winning our game. So I think the thing difference between Celtic and Rangers is we've done it through the course of the season. We've all been chasing each other. Hearts have not been in a position like that. You know how they're going to cope with the top, you know what I mean? So it's
Barry, how different?
But I still think we'll win it.
How difficult is it to stay out in front?
But I think the next month for Hearts after the international break is going to be a big one for them. This will test their resolve if they're going to be there or thereabouts.
They've got a problem down that right side, Hearts. They play Millen there, who's a left back. They've got O'Sheen plays there. O'Sheen McEntee plays right back. I'm not sure about the right hand side, and they keep chopping and changing it, and it's not quite settled. And plus the fact the players have not been in a position. I've already said my part on Hearts. I think they'll. In fact, there's a bit of me who wouldn't rule out Hibs finishing above Hearts.
Right. Yeah.
I've watched. He's got it in for Hearts, hasn't he? Yeah. But one thing, I agree with Terry. They have got some really good players, and they've got a really good manager. And to be fair, I listened to Derek. He says after 12 games, if they told him he was going to have 30 points, he would have been absolutely delighted. So you've got to give him credit. But after the international break, right up until Christmas, I would say that's going to be a period that's going to really test them.
Luke McCown was asked afterwards, are the players, are you watching the Hearts results?
Nah, they can't be. And the boys know that we've probably not started the season as well as what we want. So we can't get into games hoping that they slip up, or we just need to go into games that with main focus of us playing well, scoring goals, like being the kind of threat we can be, making teams fear coming here. We need to get back into that mantra.
Paul Gawkin and Jordan McCarry are with us. They've paid a lot of money to be in here tonight at an auction. One got £1,500 last week. It wasn't your one, but it's great to see you in here. Paul, can you remember another team winning the league out with the big two?
No.
And you're what, 40?
46.
46. Yeah. No, I just said it earlier, but
no, it's true.
It's been such a long time. Do you think it'd be a good thing for Scottish football?
It would be, well, not for the West of Scotland, but it would be for Scottish football, definitely. But would it be something that would last? I don't think so. So it'd be a case of like Leicester,
Sure. Maybe it's a good thing though for the big two. I mean, Rangers haven't won it nearly enough, right? So, but for Celtic, 13 out of 14? Do you think they've got complacent?
Well, and when you listen to people calling in, that's exactly when it kind of reeks it, if you like. Like sacking the board and whatever, that kind of carry on. Whether you agree with it, whether you don't, there is a bit of entitlement there, got to be. It's that kind of expecting to win with it, and that's fine. That's all right in football. But when it takes a lull, you take that into chin as well.
Jordan, what do you think? You're right.
To be honest, I don't think Hearts will win it. I still don't think they'll be in the top two, to be honest. We've seen it last year with Aberdeen. They obviously were flying to a certain point and kind of look where they've ended up. I just think, even though that Celtic and Rangers are now aren't they great, I still think they're a level above, like the Hearts and Hibs and teams like that. What
about you? So Dumbarton, your team, but over the years you've been, I think, a lot following this man here.
Yep, Barry.
Barry Ferguson.
Season ticket holder at Ibrox for many years, just before the last couple of years. But
who've been your favourite players over the years?
I've got to say Alfredo Morelos, James Tavernier as well. He gets a lot of stick, but I can't see by him. Barry Ferguson, obviously. What a player, what a guy. But for me, James Tavernier, I can't really see by him. I think he's brilliant.
It's good to hear that, because I think he's always up for debate. Tav, I always stuck up for him, I'll be honest with you, until I got to actually work with him.
What was he like?
Yeah, listen, brilliant professional. Led the team, and he went away up in my estimations. He was excellent for us, and played some different positions. And you've seen already this season, he's played right at 3. He's actually went into the centre of the park. He done that against Celtic at in the semi-final at the weekend, and his numbers are unbelievable for a fullback.
Why do you think he gets so much stick?
Probably because I've not won as much in terms of silverware. That's what I think it boils down to. And listen, he's the captain, and generally if the team's no performing or winning things, it's generally the captain that gets it in the neck. But do you know what? He handles the pressure brilliantly. He never hides.
No.
He's always available, trains every single day. He's available for every single game. He's one of the first in at training, one of the last to go. I was well impressed by him.
Right, Jordan, are you missing Cyril Dessers? Now, if I said this time last year, you might have said, "You kidding on?" But 20 odd goals, and after the break, we're going to talk about the Rangers strikers. What's happened to them? Where are they? That's coming up next.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Save big with 6 chili cheese bites for just £1.99. Crispy on the outside, smooth and spicy on the inside. Exclusively on the app.
Let's go! It's the international matches coming up soon. In 2 weeks' time, let's hope we're saying, right, Scotland are through to the World Cup. Bad news though, Barry. Billy Gilmour has had to withdraw from the first game, maybe not the second.
Yeah, I've seen that. Listen, a big player, important player for Scotland, Billy Gilmour. So disappointed to see him miss out, but good to see Conor Barron get brought in. As I said to you, I thought the Hibs game, certainly at Easter Road, he was excellent, and he's come on to a real game. And I've just seen West Ham midfielder Andy Irvine
he's in as well,
get drafted into the squad. So I've seen he's played a few games with West Ham. I think he went out to Germany, didn't he? He was at Hearts, then went out to Germany and found his way to West Ham. Look, disappointing Billy's in, but it's an opportunity for Conor Barron and Andy Irvine.
I see Lewis was a good weekend for him, for Bologna. A win against Napoli, the champions, Scott McTominay. Big game. I know. Why did you say that? And they say it over there, they call him McTominay. But anyway, I know. Big win for them.
They don't say he's Scottish either, do they? They say he's English.
Do they?
Aye, Lancashire born.
Yeah. Need to sort that.
Yep, good win for Lewis's team against Napoli, who are defending champions.
Charlie, for Scotland, we'll talk about it later, but Billy Gilmour, so much talent. Let's hope he's back for the final game with Denmark.
Aye, big miss. Good player for Scotland. Gets us on the ball and gets us playing. Always demanding the ball and looking to play. So, a big miss. Conor Barron coming in. I didn't see that Hibs game, so I'm unsure about Conor Barron, to be honest. As a Rangers player, can he be at that level over multiple games? But listen, I'd say the same about Mikey Moore. I was unsure. I thought he was a bit young, and he's proved to be a good player, and he's got a lot of potential. So Conor Barron, maybe under new management, can step up, and obviously you said against Hibs he's been good. So listen, Steve Clark's seen something in him and brought him in, so he'll be delighted to get up in the squad.
We'll talk more about that as the week goes on. Right, what about Rangers and Rangers Challenge? Back in 4th position, just tied with Hibs at the moment. Danny Röhl spoke after the big win yesterday, 3-0. He feels that the title challenge, well, what does he say?
At first, I'm very happy that we took now 3 wins. I think when I arrived, we had 8 points. Now we had 9 points in 3 games. I think this is huge. Even to have clean sheets, it's helpful. To score 3-0, it's good. But we know our expectation is high. I'm here to building up something, not just wins. We want to do more, but it takes steps. And I think this is also important to understand after wins that we are not straight in one direction, after lose in other direction. I think we need a good balance, and I want to see a step forwards. And at the moment I see step forwards, even it's not everything perfect.
Barry, what do you make of it? The scorers, as you know, Raskin, Moore, Gassama. What about Miovski? What about Chermiti? What about Danilo?
Well, in terms of the guys who scored yesterday, it's positive that you're getting goals for other areas of the pitch, but you always look to your number 9s, and Miovski, Chermiti and Danilo are just not scoring enough goals. You can see there's a bit of pressure. Miovski started the game, he just doesn't look really at it. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. He obviously comes off, and Danilo comes off as well, and Chermiti comes on, and again he looks if he's struggling for that bit of confidence. So yeah, that is a concern. But as I said, the positive is you're getting goals for other areas of the pitch, and if you look for last season, you're taking 63 goals out of the team with Dessers, Czerny and Egerman. It's a lot of goals to take out of the team.
60 goals.
And you always look to your forwards and your number 9s to be scoring. And unfortunately, at this moment in time, they're not doing that.
Are they going to come good, do you think?
They have to come good, Paul. There's been a lot of money spent on them. And understand there's a lot of pressure, but I'm afraid that's what happens when you play at Glasgow Rangers. You need to be able to handle it. The shirt's heavy. I totally get that. But but you're brought in to do a job, and that's score goals.
You heard what Charlie said a few weeks ago, maybe going from Aberdeen to Rangers, sometimes it's a step up, that the jersey's maybe too heavy. And yet Miofsky was so good at Aberdeen.
He was, and listen, he was very impressive. Obviously didn't have a great time in Spain, but when Rangers spent, I don't know, was it £2.5-3 million on him, I was excited about it, because I seen the job he done at Aberdeen. But yeah, he's struggling for confidence, and again, it's one of the ones that you just want something to hit off his backside or ricochet off him, and hopefully then he can go on a run. And the same way with Chimiti. Obviously he's the one that's in the headlines with the money that Rangers have spent on him. £8 million. It's a hell of a fee. But the only way you can quiet down, Paul, is score goals. And look, ideally you want your number 9s to be scoring on a regular basis, but the positives that I take out of that is, as I mentioned at the start there, they're getting goals from midfield in the wide areas.
Charlie, what do you feel as a defender?
I'm just looking there at Miofsky's goals for Aberdeen. 98 games and 44 goals, 7 assists. He doesn't look like that's nearly like one goal in 2 games. He doesn't look like he can be that for Rangers yet.
Do you think he will be?
Definitely listen, it's still early days, and every player deserves a run in the team to see what they can bring. Miofsky's been in and out a wee bit, new management, all that stuff needs to settle down. But I think right away Danny Röhl will have that in his mind straight away. It's an area where Rangers probably need to strengthen. It's not his problem that Miofsky, Chimiti come in. He inherited these players, and he needs to then go in January and decide what he wants to bring in. If that's the way the Rangers model works, I don't know if Thelwell's get the say on that, but I think definitely he'll need to bring a forward in. Listen, between now and then, Danny Röhl needs to try and get the best out of Miofsky, Chimiti and Danilo, and then see what becomes of that.
Jordan's with us, who's a Rangers fan, who's paid to be in here tonight. Jordan, what do you make of it, the striking?
I just think none of them have really kicked on, to be honest. Even Danilo, he looks good in parts of games and then kind of fades away, and it's probably the same way a lot of them. Miofsky looks good in spells, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not happening for them. It's just not kicked on, and a lot of strikers will maybe say need a goal to kind of kick on, and then that starts it. But for me, I don't know. And
he got his goal the other week.
He got his goal, but then what do you do? You know what I mean? Do you go and spend more money in January? Hopefully it works, and then you've got 4 strikers. So I don't really know where it goes. I think just one of them have got to kind of, or all 3 of them have got to really kick on.
What about last season? Czerny, for example, not an out-and-out striker, but the goals he scored, what do you make of him? And I think that Barry, if he'd been the manager, would have signed Czerny.
Yeah, I think he was brilliant, and you know, when you look at him, you just say the goals and everything he offered, he was a really, really good player, and unfortunately it's kind of maybe what we're missing just now is somebody that can maybe beat a player and maybe cross a ball or beat a player and hit a shot and score a goal. So as I say, I think just forward, all over kind of Rangers have been up against it this season, but especially in the forward areas now, I think we need strikers to kind of pick up the pace.
And who's Scotland's top scorer at the moment? You know, it's Lawrence Shankland, who again would have been at Ibrox. Billy's on saying that as well, the Rangers fan. There's so many opportunities to buy these players and they didn't.
Yeah, listen, it's people make certain decisions, and I feel for them because you can see it's playing in the players' minds. You can see they're affected. As I said, they just need something to go for them. As I said, a lucky goal, and hopefully that can kickstart them. But again, I'll go back to it. It's a plus point that they're scoring from different areas of the pitch. It isn't important that you just don't solely rely on your number 9. So that's a plus point. And also, they're no shipping many goals since Danny Röhl's come in. Domestically, they've only conceded 1 goal. That was a problem before. So Hibs away, Dundee away, clean sheet, and that's a base to start on.
I think the Celtic and Rangers, when you look at it, we're talking about Rangers just now, but although it's a heavy shirt to play for Rangers, there's a lot of chances being created compared to other teams. So if he played for Aberdeen, it's a lot of 50-50 games. Rangers are dominating a lot of games, so they're going to have a lot more chances. So it's an opportunity for one of them to step up and be that, ignite their career again. Miofsky needs to get going again after his failed move to, was it with Girona he was at? And Chimiti needs to get his career up and running and started. He's not got a great goal record or appearance record, so he needs to get up. It's a great club to start at. Go and be the main man for Rangers if that's what you want and you want to have a good career. That's a great place to get going, albeit that it is a heavy shot.
Paul from Clydebank, thanks for coming in. Great to see you here. Do you ever see Hugh Keevins in Clydebank?
No, I've not seen Hugh for years.
For a while.
London,
yeah, indeed, he was always getting a lift somewhere, wasn't he? Thanks for coming in tonight. Thank you. And also Jordan, Lomond Radio. How's it going there?
It's going well. Yeah. So obviously in here, but the day football show on the Sunday, we get guests on if Barry and Charlie or yourself ever want to come on the Sunday 4 till 6.
4 till 6.
I've put you under pressure.
He'll turn up about 6:05.
We can always pre-record it. So on a Sunday, and happy days, good guests. So
and come on Dumbarton, eh?
That's it. Hopefully playoffs and then up into League One next year. That's a plan. Hopefully.
Thanks a million.
Brilliant. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Cheers to Jordan and to Paul. Barry and Charlie will be here after the news.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Enjoy the £5.99 regular Whopper meal. Juicier than ever and bursting with flavour, with fries and a drink. Only on the app.
Let's go! The Flame Grilled Whopper from Burger King. The most food-filling burger.
Is it though?
Is that?
Yes. A slightly better version of you.
I don't understand.
Just like the new Whopper that's juicier and tastier than ever before. Same, but hits different. That's my line now.
Oh, sorry.
Whopper never tasted so good. Order now on the Burger King app.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Save big with 6 chili cheese bites for just £1.99. Crispy on the outside, smooth and spicy on the inside. Exclusively on the app.
Let's go!
Hour 2, Paul Cooney on the Go Radio Football Show with our friends at Burger King. Charlie Mulgrew is in the house, as is Barry Ferguson. So we've got all ends covered here with these two. Lots of calls coming in the first hour. Celtic winning 4-0 yesterday. The goals from John Kenny. Johnny Kenny's been called up by Ireland this afternoon. Kieran Tierney's first goal second time round. Dyson Maida, and then an Arnie Engels penalty. 4-0 Celtic. Rangers winning earlier in the afternoon 3-0 at Dens Park. Raskan, Moore and Gassama. So both managers happy at full time. Danny Röhl, he went to the Rangers fans again just after the game.
I try always to have a good relationship with our fans. I think I respect for them. They travel to everywhere. I want to see, and I see a lot of togetherness more and more again when I look back. Since I'm here now, I feel really everyone goes more and more in one direction, and it's good. I have a great support from my staff, from my coaches. My players are listening, and if we can bring this together with our fans and we have this togetherness in one direction, then I think we can building up something here.
Martin O'Neill, another win in the league under his guidance. When will he get clarity about what's happening with the manager's job?
So I have to go back down to London again. I'm going to go into a darkened room and come out on Thursday and see, has this really happened? So I should imagine at some stage or another during the course of the next week, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be Saturday or Sunday of next week, that somebody will let me know what's happening.
Charlie, nobody knows, but do you expect there to be a full-time manager appointed during the break? A permanent manager?
Yeah, I think a decision definitely needs to be made. I think Martin O'Neill needs to know if he's going to be to the end of the season. If not, then who's going to be? And I think that Celtic, although Martin O'Neill's done brilliant and although things have went well with an interim manager in place in Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney, I think there needs to be a decision made so then everybody knows moving forward. There's a good 2-week period now where it needs to get decided, and Martin O'Neill needs to know where he stands. But who knows? Hopefully, Paul, it's exciting times to see who gets it.
Bodo Glimt's coach Kjetil Knutsen has been one of the front runners, but actually in the last hour or so, the Scottish Sun has said that the Columbus Crew head coach Wilfried Nancy is the new front runner to be the new Celtic boss. This has been doing the rounds for a few days. It's now in the Scottish Sun. He's 48-year-old, French-born. He was in the MLS playoff. He was defeated to Cincinnati at the weekend, which ended Crew's season. He's a former Montreal CF head coach. He's under contract there until he's got 3 years left in the job there in the contract. Barry, someone come from the MLS. Could you see this to be manager of Celtic?
No, look, I'm sure he's a really good manager, but no, I can't see that happening, Paul, if I'm being brutally honest.
Charlie, actually, he's nearly 3 years in the job. This has just come up. The MLS Coach of the Year is well regarded, apparently, by Paul Tisdale, who's in there as in a recruitment role. It's kind of left field.
I'm just know nothing about him, so I'm just looking at his stats now. 215 games, and he's won 106, 49% win ratio. I don't know, but it's hard to say, Paul. I can't see it. I can't. He's really unknown, but then I suppose Postecoglou was unknown, and who knows? I don't think that'll happen. But then who knows?
Sure. His team and his coaching, Charlie, were described the other day. I see Gregory sent it in, a big Celtic fan, as the most interesting team outside of Europe right now. Is his
Who
team.
said that?
That's in. It's a website here, which is coming. I'll tell you in just a second or two. It's just been sent into
Interestingly
me.
good or interesting?
No, in a good way, saying that he plays a style of football that would suit Celtic, and he's taken an unfashionable team to pretty good heights in the MLS.
That's made me really intrigued to see his teams and what they look like. Wonder what interesting looks like. It must be a sort of different style.
Celtic fans, if you know him, give us a call.
There's going to be so many managers linked with the job because it's a huge job to get.
Think how many people go in for them at the jobs, how many CVs they must get.
But they wouldn't put it in the Sun here unless there was something to it. And I think the bookies have pushed him up the ratings
Charlie
as well.
makes a good point.
Yeah.
Postecoglou, people were
who?
Exactly.
Remember, we were all who?
Yep.
But we were lucky enough. Like Craig Moore, obviously knew him.
That's right. Yeah.
Personally, and told us all about him. What kind of brand of football he played, and look how successful he was. So don't rule anything out, but who knows? But I can't see it coming for the MLS.
I'd be surprised, but stranger things have happened.
What about the Ipswich coach as well? I know
I've heard good things about him.
Be a lot of money to buy him out, but if Dermot Desmond wants him, he could do it, couldn't he?
Aye. Well, he's got a lot of money, so he's interesting. I've heard a lot of good things about Kieran McKenna. So
good grounding. Manchester United. I think he went to Ipswich. They won League One.
It's an amazing story, isn't it? Bring him up and again.
Right, come up for League One, come up for the Championship, and the Premiership. I know they get relegated. They've had a tough start this season, but they're starting to pick up. But he's got a really good name in the game.
I spoke to Tony Mulgrew when I was at Blackburn. We sat with the lads one day having pre-match meal or something, and somebody mentioned about Celtic. Probably me rattling on about it again, but boring people to death.
Would you rattle on about more your Celtic time or your 44 Scotland caps? A bit of both.
I don't talk about any. I would if I had. Anyway, we must have been talking about something, and Tony Mulgrew got involved in the conversation. He spoke about how hard it is to manage in Glasgow. He was trying to explain to the English lads who didn't know how intense it is and how hard it is, and how he used to go home to his house himself and just shut the curtains and deal with the emotion of defeats and how difficult it is.
It's 24/7. It's hectic, but again,
you loved it.
It's enjoyable. Like when people ask me, and they look at you, if you're sure, I actually enjoyed it. Funny enough,
did you?
I did. Listen, the pressure was intense, really intense at times, and especially, it's like when you suffer a defeat. But listen, you just got to man up, ain't you? And you've got to take it on the chin. Whatever comes your way, it's no nice at times, but it just makes you more determined the next game to try and put the wrongs right.
Was there a moment you remember as the most difficult moment of pressure during your 4 months?
Yeah, because I hadn't won a game at Ibrox for a while, and the pressure was building because everybody was talking about it. And then after the split, obviously 2 big games, Dun United and Aberdeen. I mean, I felt it then, but again, I felt it in a good way. I was determined. The staff were determined, and the boys were determined as well. And to be fair, we ran over the top of Dun United and Aberdeen, but it was a relief seeing you get that first win at Ibrox, especially because it was far too long in the league.
Must have been surreal for you, having had so much success.
Aye.
Especially
but
at
you
Ibrox.
could see the players were affected. But then you need to do a job. My staff are brilliant as well. You need to get round about the boys, because you know what it's like, Charlie. You played at Celtic Park, and I imagine it's the same. It's very demanding, and they expect you to win. The expectations are so high.
What does it look like, right? A manager of Rangers in a day. What's a normal day? What
I would get up at 6, I'd been in the training ground for 7.
And what are you doing in there?
Quick breakfast. The staff were all in about 7, 7:15.
What'd you have for breakfast? Typically,
I don't eat right away. I would have I would
Right.
then all the boys would come in. I would just have a coffee. So we'd go through our preparations in terms of what we were going to do that day. I like doing it that in the morning.
In a meeting?
Aye, in the morning. A lot managers are different. Some people do it the day before, but we went through it, and then you obviously get the report for the physios, let you know who's going to be available to train or who might not be able to train the full session, and then you plan. So we didn't start training at 11 o'clock, so that gives you a good 4 hours, 3.5 hours to prepare everything, get everything done. Obviously out and train, back in about 12:30, 1:15, or if a longer session, you're 2 hours, because you would do it'd be more like a working day if there was no game for about 3 or 4 days.
you took part in the training as well. You
Join in?
You were tracksuit. And
Oh, like joining in?
Aye.
No, I wouldn't join
Just
in no, I was be standing at the side. But I delegated. I like my coaches to do. That's why you've got coaches.
So did you then did they organise training and run it past you, and then did you stand and watch it and just take it on and see?
Yeah.
So right.
Yeah, I would take parts of it, but generally 2 days leading up to a game, then I'd become more involved because that's when you're picking. That's when you've got your team in the head. So anyway, training would finish at 1 o'clock, lunch, and then just go through videos, analyse the opposition, and then
With the
head
team
home.
or the staff?
With the staff,
Right.
And then head home. Probably about 6 o'clock.
So you're out for 12 hours.
But
basically.
the first kind of 2 or 3 weeks, Charlie, it was like a lot later because we had to change a lot, and obviously the staff that were still there, we had to get them into a routine that we were going to be doing. So the first 3 weeks was a lot later, and then when things calmed down a wee bit, then you start to obviously get into a routine that I would want. So it's important that you don't spend too much time.
How did you choose what you were doing in training?
What do you mean?
Like how just say like on a Monday, what would
So
you
see
do?
if we'd no game, we played like on a Saturday. You'd be off on the Sunday. Monday, Tuesday would be like a real tough day.
Right.
Wednesday off. Thursday then that's us getting into tactics in terms of what way we were going to approach whoever we were playing. And obviously that's when we would start to analyse the opposition on a Monday as a staff, Monday, Tuesday. But then we wouldn't involve the players to the Thursday. So the players would get that on the Thursday and the Friday. But again, I made a point that I didn't want to be too long with them, 10 or 15 minutes, because I think sometimes you get far too much information and then it's a bit mind-boggling.
Overload. Yeah.
I think they can get far too much overload at times. But listen, everybody's different. Some managers will do it differently. That's just my way of working, and that was the way the staff done it. But the staff are brilliant as well, because Neil would do analyse the games. He would do the talking, because it's not always my voice.
Yeah.
I was big on, I didn't want them to hear my voice all the time. So it was important they heard the other coaches. So Neil McCann would analyse the opposition. Dodgy would do the set pieces for and against.
Great insight. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie.
I just think it's important that you delegate.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the point of having coaches if you don't allow them to do their job?
Big Rangers fan is on the line, and he would enjoy hearing what goes on behind the scenes. Paul, good evening.
Evening, Paul. Thanks for having me on the show.
Right, okay.
All right, Paul.
I love listening to the insight stuff, because you never really hear the intricate bits of management stuff. So,
all right, Paul. As loud as you can, because you're moving. If you can pull over, it's aye. So what's your question tonight?
Question, Paul, was I've seen Danny Röhl out celebrating with the fans yesterday, and it's a bit like Jurgen Klopp with Liverpool. Getting the fans on side, the fans were singing his name throughout the whole match. I just wonder whether that's good man management. And the reason being, I want to see what Barry and Charlie think, but he's turning the tide, and I think he obviously knows where the team was under Russell Martin and the tide of empathy and all that stuff. But do you think it's clever man management in the sense that for some of these players like Mikey Moore, Nazar Jigger, a few other ones maybe went into themselves to me, that when the fans are on side singing their names, it's more positive. That let's say you're going to a hostile environment like Tynecastle or Parkhead or Pittodrie, that it gives that extra nudge to the players and maybe gives them a bit more self-belief and a bit more confidence.
All right. So Barry, what do you think? Bit of psychology there as well?
In terms of celebrating with the fans, listen, everybody's got their opinion. I have no issues with celebrating a win. Celebrate every single win. I couldn't care less if it was Dundee North End they were playing against. Was that a junior team?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. That pitch with Dundee United.
I did, yeah.
Oh, honestly, I couldn't care less. I think it's important that you celebrate.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. Get up, celebrate in front of your fans, appreciate them travelling and spending a lot of money. So I have no issues with it. I've heard other people saying, nah, they shouldn't be doing that. Well, I totally disagree with that.
Charlie?
I agree. I think that it's so important that the players, the manager, everybody at the club that's involved are connected, and I think Danny Röhl's obviously clever enough to realise that, and the fans singing his name, the players will feel that the fans are behind them, because I know that when Rangers drew against Bruges in pre-season and the fans were booing, I know that affected, and I know that for a fact, having spoken to one or two of the players, that sort of made them think, what's going on here? I think that when everybody's connected, Danny Röhl celebrating with the fans are behind the players, the fans are behind the manager, it only can help. It can only help. That's the only way to move forward as a club.
And you're appreciating the support as well, because they travel in their numbers.
Yep.
And I have no issue whatsoever to going over and celebrating, because look, football's hard enough at times, and it's all about winning. Rangers have not won enough, but domestic, the last 3 games, Danny Röhl and the team have managed to get 9 points out of 9.
It's a bit like life, isn't it? Enjoy the special moments.
Why not? Why not?
I go to the gym
That's
with
why
a few
you play.
Rangers.
That's why you play football, Charlie. Isn't it? To win.
I go to the gym with a few Rangers fans, and recently they've been quiet and saying like, they don't go to games, and they've not really started watching the games, and then all of a sudden this morning they knew the result, they knew how the game went.
Rangers
everyone was a bit,
Which
a bit
one?
cheerier.
Listen, Paul, he spoke about the half-time changes, and he said, "This is life under
Can I
me."
ask, Paul, what do you think of that celebrating?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's clever man management, Barry. I think he's, like Charlie said there, the connection in the club, because when like you said there, the players will be more settled and they know the manager's getting the back of the fans, so they maybe come out of their shell, maybe try things maybe they didn't try before. And I've seen some of the passes against Dundee where we completely so Mikey Moore's goal was disallowed. I mean, we just swipe through. Do you know what I mean? Whereas maybe under Russell Martin, when the fans are on your back, maybe don't try to be connected passes.
You can certainly see, Paul, there's a bit of confidence, but a big thing for me is if you've got to connect with the fan base, you're halfway there to being successful.
Do you think he's connecting with the players? Let's hear what he said about the changes he's making.
Yeah, I had the feeling after 45 minutes to make straight a signal in the halftime, because it was not for me to keep just the 2-0. I said, guys, we have to score the 3-0, the 4-0, be on front foot, and that was the reason why I tried to make this impact, to give the signal. And my players know, I think now more and more, that even you are not a starter, you have a chance for 45 minutes, or you start. It means not that you play through. It was just about this impact from outside.
So he's saying, Barry, he's going to, it's not just about the 11 players, he's going to play you for a period. He wants to see everybody.
Listen, you can see players in training, and I'm sure Charlie will agree with me here on the training ground. It's different in a game. Yeah. And that's what he's wanting to see, how certain players handle certain situations. And look, Rangers were comfortable on Sunday, and at half time he could allow to make his changes. It didn't make too much of a difference. And at this stage as well, Paul, albeit that Rangers need to win games of football, he'll be taking note who he thinks can go forward with him.
I think it's important for the mentality that every player believes that they can play a part and everybody's in it together. That's part of the culture he's creating, by the sounds of it. And then when he's saying there about going for the second and third goal, and pushing on, that also creates a culture of, we're not just sitting here taking 2-0 away to Dundee, we're trying to get 3 and 4. And already with the 2 comments he's made there tells you he's trying to change the culture at Rangers.
But what did Chris Boyd say? I missed that part of it.
It was something about, I mean, I get he's quite old school, I suppose, that he says you just walk off the pitch and all this grow with the fans. But, and I'm a bit like that as well, but it's just more I was thinking about it. I just thought, he's obviously been told by the management team and that, we've been trying to get the fans connected. And I just think he's a clever guy. He's been to World Cups, he's worked under some big names, and I think that could make all the difference. If there's one wee thing, Paul, I'd say I'd like to see Lyle Cameron, Finlay Curtis and Manny Fernandez maybe get a wee bit of a shot as well. I don't know what the guys think about it.
Well, Lyle Curtis.
Well, he was coming on. Lyle Cameron was coming on, and Cornelius got injured, and he had to bring Gigo on. So
he must have been gutted, Barry, back at Dundee.
Yeah, and he was getting a bit at the side just as he's about to come on. So that's disappointing for Lyle Cameron, because earlier in the season when Rangers were struggling a wee bit, Lyle Cameron was showing a bit of promise. Finlay Curtis, I'm sure he'll get an opportunity at some stage, and Fernandez, we've not seen too much of him. I know he
Do we know how long Cornelius is out for? Do we know how long?
I don't think it's going to be a long one. No.
Charlie, it's tough for Finlay Curtis, isn't it? He scored a few goals, did nothing wrong, did a lot right.
It is, and it just seems to always be the way that the young players coming through the academy, they need to be even more patient, because the players that have been brought in for a lot of money on loan or whatever, Mikey Moore and that, they always get the first sort of chance because there's been money spent on them. But Finlay Curtis, for what I hear, is a really good professional, a good attitude, and I'm sure he'll keep his head down and keep working hard. And if by doing that, he'll earn his opportunity to get around the team. But he's come in and done well, scored goals, important goals, and the reason he's getting to the Rangers team is probably because the attitude and the determination he's shown and resilience. So I'm sure he'll come again.
He come on Thursday night against Roma. Listen, one thing Finlay will no do is get his head down and feel sorry for himself.
A good boy.
He's got a brilliant attitude, and I love to see that in young players when they've got the attitude. He wants to improve, he wants to get better, and if he continues that, soon he'll be in the Rangers team.
Mikey Moore spoke afterwards about his time so far in Glasgow.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult start for me, and I don't think I showed anywhere near what I know I can do. And I think mentally it's been unbelievable for me. It's a massive club, and I think it's strengthened me up a lot, because it's the first bit of probably the toughest time I've been through. So now I'm happy to be coming out of it, but now I need to keep on going and performing.
Charlie, is that a Springburn accent? A little bit more from him about the team. He thinks they're building momentum finally.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think even in our performances, we're playing better, and we're picking up points in the league. So we just need to keep building on that and taking it game by game, because we look too far ahead, then might disrupt your performances.
Barry, you can see his confidence building.
Yeah, I like what he said there. He admitted he struggled with obviously the pressures, but listen, he's come through that. And I think that could be the making of the young man, and certainly over the period Danny Röhl's come in, he's starting to show glimpses his potential. And I thought yesterday against Dundee, I thought he was excellent. He was just picking up wee pockets in the middle of the pitch, and his wee balls round the corner, his movement was really good, and his finish was excellent. He gave the goalkeeper the eye. So yep, I was concerned because, he's only 18 years of age, you've got to remember that, but he wasn't showing too much. But certainly over the last couple of weeks, he's shown that he certainly got huge potential.
Yeah, he looked, when he first came, he looked kind of lost to me, like he was a wee boy, kind of playing in a big club, and now he's stepped up. And you see, I noticed it first when he came on the semi-final against Celtic, and I thought, that's not the player I've saw. He looks a lot more confident. He looks more of a man, more established, and fair play to him. He showed that resilience to come through.
He was a threat, wasn't he?
He was a definite threat in that game. He's shown since he's a threat. He scores at the weekend, and he looks like he could come good for Rangers and be a real asset.
Alex is on. I don't know if it's tongue in cheek. Both of you asking, which is the harder crowd to play to if you're not playing that well? Would it be the Tottenham crowd, or would it be the Rangers crowd? So Ibrox or the new, because the Spurs fans, they're hard to please, aren't they?
Rangers.
Rangers.
No, listen, Rangers.
Demand.
It's just the demands and the expectations that are put on you. That's just the way it's always been, Paul. And if you don't handle that at times, when it goes tough, then you're going to struggle. But I like to go back to Mikey Moore. I just like that conversation he had there, and he spoke about it was tough for him. But that could be the making of a young man.
0808 17 17 700.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Enjoy the £5.99 regular Whopper meal. Juicier than ever and bursting with flavour, with fries and a drink. Only on the app. Let's go!
Hope you had a good weekend out and about at the games. It's the international break coming soon, but still a lot to talk about after the weekend. The table looks like this after 12 games for Hearts. They've played 12, 30 points. Goal difference for 29 against 10. Celtic, remember, one game fewer. Rangers also one game fewer. They've got 23 points. Hibs and Rangers on 18 points. Remember, Hibs have played one game more. Falkirk on 16 points. They'll be gutted, Charlie, that late goal against Livy, because they'd have been 18, they'd have been joint third.
Yeah, what a season they've had. Really good. Probably punching well above their weight with the squad they have. But I think it's fair play to John McGlynn, because he's kept the same style of play for 3 years. Failed with promotion in League One, then eventually got promotion, then back-to-back promotions, ends up in the Premiership and doing very, very good job.
Somebody the same age as you got their goal. Brian Graham, penalty.
I thought you were going to say John McGlynn's the same age as you.
But Brian Graham, he's amazing, isn't he?
I know,
at that stage.
Another signing. Came for Thistle, surprised, moved to Falkirk, and then obviously stepped up, doing well. Real leader. Was nearly into management, wasn't he? He nearly took the Thistle job. Right. I think he was close to getting the Wraith Rovers job in that as well. So he steps up and scores. So fair play him.
Barry, it's quite a story, isn't it, Falkirk?
Listen, I think they've done brilliant. John McGlynn, Charlie just pointed out, promotion, League One, promotion, Championship, sitting in 5th position now with 16 points. Look, they'll be disappointed conceding right at the death with Danny Wilson scoring that header. But yeah, what a story that is. And for Livy as well, I think we said it earlier on, I think they'll be alright this year, Livingston. Okay. I've got a feeling like David Martindale knows the game. They're a strong unit. Look, I know they're sitting bottom just now on 8 points, just a point behind Dundee, but I've just got a sneaky feeling I think they'll stay up, or they'll get into the playoffs. I don't think they'll go down, Livingston. Charlie, what do you feel? I'm unsure about Livingston. I think it will definitely be between the bottom 3 right now: Kilmarnock, Dundee and Livingston. I think Kilmarnock, aye, they're struggling at the moment, aren't they? They had a good run, but the last 3-4 games, I was surprised at their start to the season, and Kettlewell done a great job. But I looked at their squad and I thought they would struggle, and they've struggled recently. So I think it'll be between the 3. St Mirren, I think will be fine. They'll be all right. They'll come good. Aberdeen, you imagine, will pick up points, and the rest are they'll be fine. Just on Falkirk, Barry, that was over 7,000 at the weekend against Livy. Yeah, listen, I'm not surprised. Look, I think if you look back to League One, they were probably getting that as well. They've got a good fan base, Falkirk. It's a big club, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, but listen, they were down in the doldrums for far too long. And look, they made a brilliant appointment in John McGlynn, who'd done a brilliant job previously at Wraith Rovers, and he's come in and he's done way above what I thought he would have done, if I'm being honest with you. In terms of, if you look at the squad, a lot of that squad played in League One. So brilliant to see. Charlie, that doesn't usually work, does it? If you come up 2 divisions, Paul, I don't think it can work unless you have a clear style of play. I think the only way that works is if every single player knows exactly what the manager wants from him. And John McGlynn, after being at Celtic, took a lot of stuff from there, added it to his own sort of way he sees the game, and now he's got a team that are playing a certain style. He's no changed. He likes to play expansive football for the back, play for short goal kicks, and a lot of that squad where he scored, as Barry said, for League One. So that's the only way that works, and that's why he's been so successful. I'm still unsure with their defence and how they can they're not keeping enough clean sheets. They're conceding a lot of goals, but they can score goals, and they're always staying in games, and they can come back for being behind, which shows good character. So
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see them, and it's good to see them in the league.
Motherwell, they are top 6. They're in 6th position. They drew at the weekend against Aberdeen. Carlson scoring in 61 minutes, but just 3 minutes later, just getting the goal from, it was a quick free kick, corner kick from Motherwell. What do you make of the Well?
I think they play lovely football. Going right back to the Rangers game, they battered Rangers, playing out for the back. It was brilliant. It's brilliant to see a sort of different style in terms of short goal kicks and playing through the thirds and sticking to a way of playing. But they just seem to not be able to pick up enough wins. They don't put teams to bed. They don't, for all the possession they have. The amount of times at half time this year, they've had 60-70% possession, maybe 1-0 up, and then just end up drawing the game or losing the game, or even at Tynecastle, I think they were 3-0 up at one point. Through the game, they just don't seem to be able to manage games well enough. Celtic Park, they were brilliant. 2-1 up, end up getting beat 3-2 if you're playing for the back. They just can't manage games, and it's a bit naive from them.
It's risk and reward, isn't it?
Yep.
Very risky. But listen, that's the way he plays, and every Motherwell fan that I bumped into, and is it you calls in here, I think they're enjoying it. The way that they're playing. They're going to give some goals away at times, but again, he's a new manager. It's come in and hit the ground running straight away, and you've got to fair play at the Motherwell players have took it on board.
Yep, 15 points after the 11 games they've played, a game fewer. Maswanisi, of course, Barry, second top scorer. So it's Shankland on 10, Braga on 9, and Maswanisi as well. He's a good player.
Yeah, again, unknown players that we didn't know, well, I didn't know much about, but been very impressed. It just shows you there's a market out there, there's players out there that can certainly do a job.
Charlie, how was your game the other night? Saw you on the telly. St Mirren 0, Hibs 3, which horrible scoreline from Paisley point of view. But it could have been different. What did you feel?
Well, St Mirren scored first, and goals can change games, they're important. The referee gave the goal, took it back to the halfway line, gave the goal again. St Mirren cheered, the whole place cheered, and then he went back and gave the offside. Obviously made a mistake, heard the wrong thing in his ear. We looked back at it, could debate it's probably a goal, it's probably too tight to call offside, it's kind of unclear, so probably should have gave the goal. And then Hibs score. Hibs are a good team. Hibs have got good players, made some good signings. We spoke about Josh Mulligan, Jamie McGrath. Bowie's not playing his greatest stuff at the moment, but he'll start the game, then Cleese will come on, who's a good player, very good player. Grant Hanley's come in and made such a difference. In the games he's come in, I think that's now, since the 4 games before the Celtic game, they conceded like loads of goals, picked up 2 points, and then he's come in and they conceded, they'd let three clean sheets they've had now, conceded 2 goals. So he's a huge player in that. Grant Hanley coming in and giving his experience into the team. Hibs look a good side, but it was a good game. Hibs eventually ran out comfortable winners, but again, St Mirren had another goal disallowed, which is VAR. It was offside though, but no, Hibs definitely looked good value for the victory. St Mirren, Gogic and O'Hara, 2 massive players for them. Both of them were injured. Gogic does a great job. O'Hara's great legs in midfield. And the 2 of them were missing, and the one they replaced in the team, they were well missed.
That's a problem for St Mirren. If you're missing the 2, they are, as Charlie says, they are 2 key players for them. Gogic, I just think when he's moved into the middle of that back 3, he's been exceptional for them. O'Hara brings you energy, can get about the pitch. He's got a goal in him as well. So if you take the 2 players, and they've not got the biggest squad, St Mirren, so they're going to suffer if they're missing players of that.
And when you look at the first goal they concede, King, who's come in for Gogic, plays it back to the goalkeeper and then runs to give an angle sort of down by the box. Ismail George kind of tries to play it past him, hits him with the ball. There's a bit of stramash and they go and score. I think Gogic plays it back, turns his back and starts jogging up the pitch and almost makes the keeper's mind up for him, or he's got that leadership skill to say kick it, and they kick it. It was so unlike St Mirren to concede that goal, and that was a kind of pattern of the game. St Mirren centre, we spoke to Steve Robinson before the game and he said he doesn't want his centre half and his keeper having the most of the ball in the game, which I think is brilliant. And they did have, I think maybe Hibs sat off them and allowed them, and King played a lot for the back and it just didn't suit them, and they looked very susceptible to counter attacks and they end up running away, getting beat. So Yeah, they're big misses for them.
Because, you know, they've been top 6 3 years running. We know that.
I don't think they've got anything to worry about.
No.
This season, St Mirren.
He'll be raging though to be on 10 points. The manager.
Yeah, he'll not be happy, but again, he'll be realistic as well.
Yeah.
Just mentioning the 2 players that are missing, who are key players. They're in a final as well, League Cup final. So I think after this international break, he'll hopefully get the 2 players back, and I can see them finishing top 6 against St Mirren.
Yeah, Josh Mulligan getting the goal in 24 minutes, and then Chris Cadden, the ball was through from his brother, his twin, wasn't it, Nick?
Great cross. His delivery for the left hand side's a joke. He seems back to his best. Even his defensive side of the game, which has been questioned, has been good. Crosses to his brother, and it's a good finish. Good. The goals came at a good time. So when St Mirren had a goal disallowed, Hibs got the partner score, and then again St Mirren had a goal disallowed to equalise, and Hibs got the partner score, and it was just comfortable from there. And the Cadden brothers are good players. That they've got Barlasser in midfield as well. They've got a good team. I think that Hibs are going to have a strong season again.
There you are, Thomas listening in, as he does in San Francisco. Chaiwa getting the 3rd. What about in the Championship? So there's a slip up at the top, but St Johnston still on 31 points. Partick Thistle slipping up as well because the Jags drew 1-1 at Airdrie. Were you a wee bit surprised that Partick Thistle top points?
Yeah, I was. I fancied Partick Thistle, but I watched the game, and Airdrie were good.
Really?
They were good. Just the keeper makes a bad mistake. I felt for him. He was absolute beeling after the game. He just chucked his gloves and just stormed off.
A shot outside the box when he went for it and dropped it.
It's one of the ones. I felt for the boy.
Right at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, right to death. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So that was a sore one for Airdrie.
What about St Johnstone, Charlie? 2-2 at Dunfermline. Neil Lennon will be happy to get a point against them, or?
I don't think Lennon's ever happy. Neil Lennon's ever happy.
Is he not?
No, be fuming.
Right. Again, 7,000 there.
He don't want. They're a big club, Dunfermline. They're definitely a Premiership club. Now they're going along steady enough, Dunfermline. St Johnstone obviously doing really well. Partick on their tails, though. It's interesting between they two what's going to happen. But look at the season they're both having. 21 points they're sitting in 3rd place, part-time team in the Championship.
Morton, Morton though winning 1-0 against them. Queen's Park, a win for them. 2-1 against Wraith Rovers.
It's a big win.
Aye,
it was. They needed it, didn't they? They've been struggling of late.
That was some game at Dingwall. Ross County and Ayr United 3-3.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Ross County. I mean, second bottom.
Mad.
And they've virtually got the same squad, didn't they, as last season in the Premier League. But no, Tony Docherty, he's a good manager. He's got enough experience to get him out that.
08 17 17 700. Good chance to call and speak to Barry or Charlie, and we're going to find out about Celtic's win at the weekend and Rangers too.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Save big with 6 chili cheese bites for just £1.99. Crispy on the outside, smooth and spicy on the inside. Exclusively on the app.
Let's go! Charlie, Mark is on, a big Celtic fan, but saying for Martin O'Neill, and he thinks he's doing brilliantly, but he's 25 years younger than you are, and just months ago you were in that job, albeit at Rangers. How intense is it? He was listening to what you were saying earlier on, and do you think the age would be a factor for Martin O'Neill?
No, I honestly don't think so, because of what he's got underneath him in terms of the staff. They're all young and hungry, and look, he's hungry, but I'm sure he could take a step back and let them do most of the, which I imagine most of the coaching, and he would just obviously decide the team and what way they're tactically going to go against whatever opposition they're playing against. So I don't think age should be in consideration for Martin O'Neill getting the job.
Nah, it shouldn't. I think if he wants it, he's putting his best foot forward anyway, isn't he? Apart from the Michelin game, I think which was a tough game and a good team. He's domestically done brilliant, great results. And again, as Barry says, I think even when he was younger, and 20 years ago, he wasn't on the training ground every day taking sessions. He was a man manager who said to me that he kept his energy for match days. So he would be about the place and doing bits and pieces, but then bring his full energy in match day. And he's obviously doing that now. So Sean Maloney, Fordingham, Mark Fordingham, and McManus are obviously playing their part.
There's a magic about Martin O'Neill, isn't there? I mean, I watched him with you in this studio, Barry, a couple of years ago. I mean, he's got a presence.
Yeah, and he's very witty as well. But listen, he's intelligent. He knows the game inside out, and underneath, he's wanting to win.
Yeah,
don't let him kid you on. That's for sure. He's always been, and you never lose that. You never lose that. And I don't think at times you can beat experience. He's got all the experience. I know he hadn't managed for 6 years, but I just thought it was a clever move, I would say, that Celtic made, bringing Martin O'Neill back.
Let's hear him after the win yesterday, 4-0 against Kilmarnock.
No, they have. They've done great. Thought we'd try and just maybe start the game with maybe a little bit more energy of players that hadn't started. Luke, started the game today. He got very tired. Took a bit of a risk really on the Manchester City lad. Thought, well, if he can play centre half, maybe he can play out there. Got off to not a brilliant start to begin with. I thought about taking him off after 4 minutes, but don't tell him that. But no, he did fine. He actually did fine, and I think he got applauded off the pitch, which was nice. Not necessarily by me, but there. But no, I was delighted.
Next up,
really pleased.
Next call, Simpson Pusey is on the line. He is different, isn't he? I guess that's with the age and the respect people have for him. He's won everything.
I just had flashbacks there, going from centre back to full back. It's a different place altogether. I mean,
how hard?
It's just you're seeing the game in completely different angles. For the centre of the pitch, when you're in possession, you've got loads of options. For out in the touchline, your options are sort of your angles of the pitch are different. You don't have as many options, and you're a bit more exposed defensively. So he would have took a wee bit of time adjusting to that. As Martin O'Neill says, nearly 4 minutes. That'd beat my record half time. 4 minutes. He must have been bad, but Martin O'Neill, as usual, I love him. His press conferences and that are brilliant. They just talks for kind of the heart and authentic.
Luke McCown spoke about the interim manager's impact on the team.
It's Martin O'Neill at the end of the day. He's got that aura and brings that motivating factor of what it means to play for this club, as did the previous manager as well. You knew that, but just don't know, brings that different kind of speech before a game and just puts full belief in everybody that's within a squad and really forward to everybody as well. Doesn't make you think anything, or just tells you how it is, and it kind of guys know in the dressing room that you're all valued, and we kind of need to use that because the season's long, and as you're seeing left, right and centre, we're getting injuries everywhere, and it's about squad players coming up and stepping up when they can.
And after the international break, I think it's at 3 away games coming up, so it was important to get a win and a good result at home.
Yeah, I think especially off the back of the kind of European game as well, we just know to come to our home ground and put a good performance on first, and that should lead to positive results.
Barry, from what you've seen, what do you make of Johnny Kenny scoring again yesterday?
Yeah, well, he's took his opportunity. He's grabbed it with both hands. He's scoring goals now, and that's all you can ask. Yeah, a centre forward. You can see he's still a work in progress because he's not played that many games at Celtic. But what he's done over the last number of weeks is he's done the hardest thing in the game, and that's put the ball in the back of the net.
He's looking confident. I didn't think, I've said it before, it didn't look like somebody that would score goals to me, and he's scoring goals. Getting in the right areas, tap-ins, headers. Definitely looks like the finisher that people spoke about when he was on loan and away. So yeah, fair play, Martin. He's got the best of him.
And they've got Feyenoord coming up soon. Charlie, when did you last score against Feyenoord? About a month ago.
So I did.
Yeah,
forgot about
because you two
that.
are playing Friday night, aren't you? In the Legends.
So well,
you both be.
That's
How are you
right.
feeling, Barry?
Aye, listen.
You okay? Up for it? Yeah.
Listen, I'm a bit stiff, but that's what happens when you're getting older. Charlie's a young pup, man.
So, will you two be up against each other? Probably. Is it definitely?
Yeah,
So
well,
how
the
many
fixtures
teams
are
up
out
there?
actually.
Yeah.
We've got Dundee United first, I think.
I've not even looked at the fixtures. That's how interested I am.
I've got the yellow bananas are back on. It's the only indoor boots I've got. They're a size too big for me as well.
Are they? Yeah.
So I got them for
Your feet getting weird
I went to
already.
Nike outlet and got got a size 12 for 19 quid. It was only a pair left, and I grabbed them and I put them on last year. And you know that way you feel your shoes are too big. It's like Ronald McDonald's boots, man.
Who's in your squad?
I can't tell you, mate.
Is it? Oh, is it?
That
right.
me?
Yeah.
There's me, Simon Donnelly, Kelvin Wilson, Effie Ambrose. Oh no.
Yeah. Right, we'll come back to
I forgot. That's as much as I know. Stan's known as. I don't think Stan's playing.
Stan Petrov.
We were sure the last I heard we didn't have a keeper.
Who's in your squad? It's a bit like Scotland.
Myself, Pedro Mendes, Lee McCulloch, Kurt Broadfoot.
Kurt Broadfoot?
Aye.
He's still playing, isn't he?
No,
Is he
retired.
not? Oh, is he retired?
Just about
last week.
Oh
Yeah.
no. They're going to win. Who's our favourites?
Martin Waghorn.
Right.
Oh, he's just retired as well.
Is he? Yeah. Right, listen, I need to tell you, in the last...
Stephen Davis. Only kidding.
In the last few minutes, Rangers have indicated, I see it here in the Sun and the Record websites, they've requested a second meeting with the SFA after hearing the results of the key match incident, the KMI report on Friday about the Cup semi-final with Celtic. It's obviously the trustee situation, which I think the panel said should have been a red card. Are they not going on and on about it?
Honestly, man.
Yeah, I can see your
Just
face
let
there.
it go, man.
Yeah.
But
Barry?
the Rangers have had many decisions went for them in the past.
But even during that game, there
But
were
see, at the end of the
things-
day, we're going back over it. It's in the past. Disappointed. It should have been a red card, but now just let's just move on and concern ourselves with winning games of football.
What about George Cadet's goal back in the 90s? Remember when he was on side at Celtic Park? We're still bringing that up.
Yeah. Then it was led to the SFA downfall, wasn't it?
there
And
we
stuff
go.
that was proved. I know it could go on and on and on. I wish they would move on a bit. Danny Röhl's got a good, so far so good. It's early, Barry, isn't it?
Yeah,
But-
listen, I really like him. I like the way he comes across. It looks to me, if he's very driven and he's not going to accept anything else than 100%, and if you don't give that, I've got a feeling he's one of the managers. Listen, he'll not be involved. That's the way it's got to be.
Good start with the brogues and that as well.
No, he's looking good.
The full
That's
suit.
the way it should be.
Yeah.
Represent the club.
Do it the right way. Yeah.
Good start.
Here's a word from him just before we go. Then he thinks he's getting close to getting his best 11.
I think you come closer, you see more and more which players have the potential and which players has to improve. I think this is now, and I started yesterday in the evening to put all my notes together, what is strength, what is potential from players, what we have to improve. I think with just 11 players we will not win. A lot of games you need the full squad, and this is for me the reason why I want to and I try to improve everyone. At the moment, I think we can speak about Mikey, for example. He makes a huge step. He scored today, but also other players growing up, and it goes in the right direction.
All right, guys, we're out of time. Barry, thank you so much. Enjoy
Cheers, Paul.
Friday.
Cheers, Paul.
Thank you, Charlie.
Cheers, Paul.
We'll see
Thanks,
you
mate.
Thursday beforehand. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. And thanks to Jordan, who joined us earlier on today, who joined us along with Paul. Tomorrow night, Andy will be here along with Mark Guidi and Andy Walker. Tomorrow night at 5.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Enjoy the £5.99 regular Whopper meal. Juicier than ever and bursting with flavour. With fries and a drink. Only on the app.
Let's go! The Flame Grilled Whopper from Burger King. The most food-filling burger.
Is it though?
Is that?
Yes. A slightly better version of you.
I don't understand.
Just like the new Whopper that's juicier and tastier than ever before. Same, but hits different. That's my line now.
Oh, sorry.
Whopper never tasted so good. Order now on the Burger King app.